straight. Ow. One broke. No. No. We'll have to try something else.
And then I sneak up in the front.
No, you can look up through here and see if it's going to hit that. You just look at the lip of the dumpster.
Okay. No, it's not going to hit. We're good.
I got last month, you get this month.
What do you think?
I'm excited.
So this is my other Mercury you guys have seen on my channel. You can see the rust here pretty good all the way through, all the way around, and then this back quarter here is totally rusted through. Pretty good amount of rust here. You can see here it's just got this tired old 302 in it. I think this car would need more in body work than the other car cost me complete. So you can see this one here, it's got some scuffing here, a little bit of rust from gravel spray here. This is bent in a little bit here, but this part here is solid. Need a taillight, 2 taillights, a little bit here from gravel spray. I'm gonna see if I can get this pinstripe here done. Ding in the door. I have this front cover here, but I don't like it. I don't like the way the car looks with it. I wish they would have put a chrome bumper on these. It is missing the carpet and the headliner. That's just weight reduction. Mice has snack back there. You can see here, it's got kind of an off-name turbocharger. It's got Speedmaster intake. I'm not sure on the heads. I know it's got a stock crank, but it has been rebuilt. It looks like the guy drove this thing up to a Napa Auto Parts store and just had a field day. And the reason is that's because the guy that I bought this from owns a Napa store. So the engine runs really lean right now, and that's why I can't run it. If you look here, you know, that could be a choke point for the fuel maybe. I need to get someone in here that knows what they're doing and knows what they're talking about. Maybe read a book or something. But yeah, I don't know, it's pretty neat. You see the exhaust pipe down there routed over. It's kind of like that 6.2 we saw in Carpio. We have to start messing with the jets and stuff like that. That's kind of beyond what I know. I could read up on it. I'm not sure. I know it does have a tranny leak. I'm gonna have that looked at here in a few days. Might get a better ignition for it. We'll see. When you turbocharge an engine and everything leans out, when you have a lean engine, it starts heating up the pistons, and you can do a lot of damage in a little bit of time if not tuned properly. There's kind of a learning curve with these turbos. If you don't have a dyno, if you don't have the equipment to tune it, and basically what happens, you either melt your engine or you don't. And if you don't, then you can try again. If you do melt it, then it's not a problem anymore. So what I may end up doing is taking this whole turbo setup off and just put like a decent 4-barrel on it, something natural, just because I can cruise it. I bought this car to cruise. You can see my old Mercury over there. By the time I got that thing even close to this car, I would be in it way more than this car cost me. So I think it's maybe better to start with more than you want and then tune it back a little bit than to try and bring something back from the dust. I did want to build my own, kind of wanted to build my own car, but everything takes time, you know, and it's a trade-off in life. And I want to go enjoy something like this. And if I spend all my time building it and earning the money to build it, well, then I may never get to enjoy it. A lot of us see those half-built, half-torn-apart cars. I don't want this to be one of them. So anyhow, everybody, I am going to hook up some heater hoses to this thing because I'd like to cruise it, but I'm not going to do much cruising until I sort out that turbo and the lean. There's a gauge in there, like in the dash. He told me I want to keep it towards 13, or closer to 13 or 12, the better. 17 is too high. I don't know what those numbers mean. I don't know if that's like a fuel ratio or a percentage, or I don't know what the number means. But then I talked to a speed shop, and they said that even 13 is kind of high. So they said anything over like 14.7 is way too lean. So we'll see. Maybe some of the guys in the racing community could give me some pointers or something like that before I burn this thing up. But ultimately, I just bought it to cruise around with a little bit. I really think this car is worth about double what I paid. And if someone came up to me and said I want to buy that car, I would start at double the price. I probably wouldn't even let it go for that. You better be double the price and something fun to play with. Ultimately, what I wanted to do is I wanted to put a big block, either a 390 FE or a 460 in that the Zephyr. But you know, those are big blocks, and you're talking about cutting the car apart just to get it in there. So you can see here it's had some kind of like an aftermarket brace put in, I suppose, to reinforce the unibody. Look at the size of these tires. There's got to be 10 inches at least. 10 inches, 10 inches. What are they? 285, 40, 18. Let's see what's in the trunk here. So you got the battery back here. It's got some fuel cell in it. Probably pretty low. I should probably get some fuel in there. When you turn this car on, you can hear the fuel pump. It's got a really loud fuel pump. I'm assuming that's good. Yeah, this car's solid. My Mercury, you can see the ground right here. So this car 2 years newer, but it has about 20 years less rust. I think that hole there is probably okay. That's to make it go faster, I guess. So I've been driving trucks now for almost 20 years, and I've driven, I don't know, probably a couple million miles or over 1 million miles in a vehicle with the turbocharger on it. But that's in a diesel semi or straight truck, and those are like set from the factory. You need a computer and stuff to mess with the tuning. So I don't have any experience. I have experience replacing a turbo. I know you have to watch the temperature, the exhaust temperature, and things like that. But when it comes to tuning, I don't know. There's a speed shop nearby here. I tried making an appointment with them. That guy seemed like he really knew what he was talking about. But they got like an app or whatever, and you have to make an appointment on the app. I tried to make it work. I couldn't figure it out. So I don't know if I'll be able to get it into him or not. But yeah, I know you can do a lot of damage really quick. And I never claim to be an expert on like performance vehicles. I can fix pretty much anything if I know what I'm working with. You know, like maybe I call myself like a glorified part swapper more than like a diagnosing type mechanic or an expert. There's people out there that call themselves mechanics. They work their entire life in a shop replacing wheel bearings, tires, and brakes, and you know, they're a mechanic, and that maybe I got a little bit more than them, but I don't want to. I'd rather pay somebody to get this thing right at first than to have to buy a new motor for it. Or like I said, I could just have it turned down, take the turbo stuff off. It does look really cool with that, the intercooler hanging down. I kind of like that, but maybe it would be better overall to just take that stuff off and put a 4-barrel on. That will work. But anyhow, if anybody's got any pointers, maybe send me a message on Instagram or comment below. Appreciate your time, and we'll get this thing out there this summer and make some videos. Hey, look, it's got so much horsepower, it blew the front bumper right off of it. What? So I made the first part of this video, and I checked the mail. That was the last time that mailbox was seen in one piece. That was Christmas Eve day, Christmas Eve night. Someone came and took out my mailbox. They did hit a railroad tie, so I'm curious to see how much damage happened to their vehicle. I found a few pieces, but nothing that I could identify with. So now my neighbors, since they can't stop and tell me that they made a mistake, they get a look at this until the ground thaws. And you guys can guess how many of these I got on my property right now. Leave that a mystery. Got a few of these, and I got a few that send me the image immediately. So we'll see what happens.